Sandra's journey, from shadows to sunshine. In the quiet town of Willowbrook, Sandra lived a life that seemed ordinary to the outside world. But within her mind, a storm raged. Negative thoughts were like dark clouds, constantly overshadowing her days. She felt trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and fear, each thought a raindrop in an endless downpour. One day, Sandra decided she had enough of the storm. She sought help from a therapist named Dr. Harper, who introduced her to the concept of cognitive restructuring. "Sandra," Dr. Harper said, "your mind is like a garden. Right now, it's overrun with weeds. But with effort, you can plant flowers instead." Sandra began her journey by identifying her negative thoughts. Each time a thought like, "I'm not good enough," surfaced, she challenged it. Is this really true? She would ask herself. More often than not, the answer was no. She started replacing these thoughts with realistic, positive ones. "I am capable and learning every day," she would affirm. At first, it felt like trying to light a candle in a hurricane. But slowly, the winds began to calm. Sandra's mind, once a battlefield, started to transform into a sanctuary. She visualized her positive thoughts as seeds, planting them carefully and nurturing them with self-compassion and patience. One evening, as Sandra walked through Willowbrook's park, she noticed the flowers blooming around her. It struck her how much her mind had changed. The flowers were no longer just in the park, they were in her thoughts, too. She had cultivated a garden of positivity, where once there had been only weeds. Conclusion: Sandra's journey wasn't about ignoring the negative, or pretending everything was perfect. It was about finding balance and recognizing her own strength. She learned that while she couldn't control every thought that entered her mind, she could choose which ones to nurture. Moral: the moral of Sandra's story is that our thoughts shape our reality. By replacing negative thoughts with realistic, positive ones, we can transform our inner world. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, we must tend to our minds, cultivating positivity and resilience. In doing so, we can turn the darkest storms into the brightest sunshine. Sunflower,